Hello everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasifunde iy'ncwadi zethu zesiZulu bese siza la sizoyixoxa le ndaba esuke siyifundile siyixoxela laba abanqenayo ukufunda nalabo abangenaso isikhathi sokuthi bafunde. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sizokhuluma ngawo. Senza ama-reviews siphinde sikhulume nga-any issues avelayo ngenkathi sikade siwabuka lama-shows. Listen, ipromo ye-episode yakusasa, or should I say today, ngoba I think le video ngizoyiposta ekuseni. I-episode elandela yothando nesithembu is out and it is hot. They did give us a hint a little bit last week uma kuphela ilokhuzana episode. So there's a lot that it gives us, but we have to discuss it with an open mind, because we know that our promos are meant to make us want to watch ilokhuzana episode. So sometimes it is what we think it's going to be, but sometimes it's not. It's something totally different. So on the promo, okay, it looks like they're sitting on the table. I don't know if they're having lunch or they're having dinner or it's just a meeting. It doesn't look like abantwana they are there. It looks like it's the wives and ubaba uLokhuzana Mseleku. And there's an issue between yena no Lokhuzana no MaNgwabe, the wife that I've titled Unsupported. Because I do feel like a lot of the times she is unsupported by her husband, and I feel like a lot of the times angikaze ngimuzwe uLokhuzana Mseleku defender uLokhuzana uMaNgwabe ever. Uvela mshiye yedwa njena even when she needs to be defended, and sometimes even engekho wrong ubekwa as umuntu or wrong. So yeah, so they're having that issue yokuthi bapromisene something where Mseleku now wants to break his promise. I'm trying to think ukuthi konje yini le abathembisene yona, and I don't know whether it's something that has to do with ingane, because remember uLokhuzana uMaNgwabe had said ukuthi akamind ukuba nabantwana but ubesafuna ukuthi afunde. She had a lot on her plate ngenkathi efunda, so she didn't see how she could have enye ingane esafunda. And then uthe maseqedile ukufunda, I remember there was an episode when she said she's ready now to have children. On the side kaMaNgwabe, that was the promise that we know about that she made to Mseleku. But on the side of Mseleku, I'm trying to think, guys, what did Mseleku promise uMaNgwabe that he hasn't done, or does it have to do with imishado? Because phela remember ukuthi Mseleku had promised ukuthi uzoyenza yonke imishado yo4, and so far akakayenza umshado kaMakhumalo and akakawenza umshado kaMaNgwabe. Is she talking about that on the side kaMseleku? Maybe, but into engidawutisayo le is that ngenkathi kwenzeka imshado, one person that wasn't interested in endabeni yomshado, who didn't care whether kuyashadwa noma kushadwa yini, was uMaNgwabe really didn't care. It looked like the other three wives cared more about whether imshado yenzeka or not now. So ileyo nto engidawutisayo ukuthi maybe it has to do with imshado, but I feel like maybe on the side of kaMaNgwabe mhlawumbe she had promised ingane, but Mseleku yena khona ukuthila ekupromisile manje asefuna ukushintsha, because uMaNgwabe uthi no, we can't sit down wenza ama-promises to me and then nami ngenza ama-promises to you mase kuthi later on when you want to change your part of ilokhuzana, your part of the deal. That is when uLokhuzana Mseleku, guys, says uthi angikwazi ukuhambisana nawe MaNgwabe ngoba you are selfish. Guys, because you are selfish. Listen, I have to control myself and not get too upset about that statement coming from Mseleku, because I cannot understand how a man that has taken 1, 2, 3, 4 wives, a man that has taken 4 wives, and on top of that still wants to take another wife, which 5 allegedly, and still uneyintombi angazicount ukuthi singaki. He just says ukuthi uneza ncinza. That man, guys, that man that wasn't happy with just having one wife, but he had to take four. And on top of that, he's still not satisfied because yena he wants ingane ezo-20. Not that yena noma Cele they wanted ingane ezo-20. Not ukuthi yena noma yena they wanted ingane ezo-20. Yena yedwa he wanted ingane ezo-20. And he has taken all these four women wabafaka in this family, and baphila impilo where half the time we can see ukuthi ba unhappy, all because he wants to pursue into yena ayifunayo yena self. That person is calling one of his wives, the people that are sacrificing so much ukuthi abe nalesithembu lesasifunayo. Because if you think about it, there's 7 days in a week. 7 days in a week. If unamakhosikazi awu-4 plus intombi, that means at most your wife gets 1 day or 1 night a week. How much sacrifice is that for a wife, for a married woman? Would they only get to spend maybe 1 night a week, if they are lucky, maybe 2 nights a week with their husband? How do you get the nerve to call one of your wives selfish? It bothered me, that statement. And more than even that, it bothered me because I know Mseleku wouldn't have made that statement to Umacele, because uyamsaba nje uMacele, to Umayeni, because Umayeni would have given him a comeback enye nje bezomspinisa ngekhanda, to uMakhumalo, because he knows ukuthi uMakhumalo ngathini akafuni ukumhetha uMakhumalo ngoba uMakhumalo is a peacemaker, uyamazi ukuthi ngeke azaphendula. He know i-target yakhe is always lokhuzana uMaNgwabe for some reason. But at the same time, I feel like it's the right to the correct wife, because MaNgwabe can stand up for herself. MaNgwabe is not somebody that you're going to say something to her that she doesn't understand, or something that doesn't make sense to her, and aishiye kanjalo when it doesn't make sense. She's not like uMakhumalo. uMakhumalo sometimes she can keep quiet even when she needs to be speaking up. uMaNgwabe is not like that. So I like that statement. He is making it to uMaNgwabe because I feel like we are going to get a feedback from uMaNgwabe. uMaNgwabe is going to be honest about how she feels about that statement. If that statement hurts her feelings, she's going to say. If she wants to say something to him to come back, I should okay, Mina, I'm selfish, but what about you? She's going to say that. So I like that. So I feel like we're going to get an episode, a juice, very juicy this coming Thursday. So I'm looking forward to it. But I really don't like uLokhuzana. It's almost like all the negative feelings that our feel about all of his wives, he is not going to express them. But when he gets a chance, what director to MaNgwabe, and understand, I feel like if I had to decide out of the 5 of them, who's the most selfish of all of them, I would say that this man is the most selfish of all of them, because he's the one that has taken 4 wives. Wabafaka environment where you can clearly see that these women are trying their best to make the best of the situation and to be happy, but a lot of the times we see them be unhappy. But still, he thinks he has a right to tell them they are selfish. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I can't even see the positive side of that statement. Maybe it does feel like MaNgwabe is being selfish, but when you are in a marriage where it's not just you and your husband, it's you and your husband and 3 other wives. You're the only one that's going to take care of yourself. You're the only one that's going to take care of your needs. So you have to be selfish sometimes. You have to think about yourself. You have to think about your children. You have to think about your house, because you can't really be thinking about everybody else's house when your husband half the time is not thinking about your house because he has to accommodate other people. I feel like he's being unfair in making that statement, but I can't wait for your feedback, MaNgwabe, in that. We all know our Candy Crush queen is having fun. Ulona Umayeni is having fun in this situation because she was like, ziyakhala-ke manje. Hayi ziyakhala. Athi abantu mabejabulile bapromisana izinto. Mase-ke sebefuna ukushintsha later on athi ziyakhala. Nami ngasho ngathi hayi khala. This episode zizobe zikhala for uLokhuzana. Mseleku. And then there's a scene also where I guess they're still talking about solving issues, a problem that Mseleku think exists when it comes to indlu indlu kaMakhumalo, and uma sibona uMaceleke where she just loses it and she's like, you know what, ngikhathele ukuthi njalo kufuneka ukuthi indlu kaMacele kuvikela umuzi kaMakhumalo kuvikela umuzi kaMakhumalo. What about umuzi kaMacele? What about umuzi kaMacele? And I think a lot of the time, I think in recent episode we have seen uMacele as being somebody that is just we've seen her kube ngathi immature, dramatic and all of that. But we have to think about the fact that being in that relationship, guys, it's not easy. Being in a relationship with your person, but your person also has 4 other relationships and other relationships outside of the 4, it's not easy. And it's not easy to try and take care of your own, to try and take care of your house and your children, and also have this person constantly telling you that, you know, there's a problem in that house as well. Solve that problem, Pela, because I'm not in a relationship with her. You are in a relationship with Makhumalo. If she has a problem at her house, solve that problem. It's not easy for a woman. I know traditionally that's how it works, but just as a woman, Gilana, kwami nginenkinga zami kunezinto efanele ngizinakekele when it comes to my children, to my husband. Now I have to care about what happens in that woman in that other woman's house too. So when you look at Macele's side naye, I mean, she does have a reason to get upset about lento yokuthi njalo kukhulunywa ngoMakhumalo. But at the same time usesithenjini, so mawukuthi wa accept ukuthi usesithenjini, you know ukuthi it's not only going to be about your house, it's going to be about your house, it's going to be about indlu kaMayeni, indlu kaMakhumalo, and indlu kaMaNgwabe too. So she should know that ukuthi vele that's how it's going to be. But it's like sometimes akakwazi ukwamukela lo. So I guess she is feeling like she has reasons to think ukuthi Mseleku only cares about protecting indlu kaMakhumalo and not eyakhe. And I'm hoping ukuthi she's not only going to make that statement and leave it like that, uzosenza leso statement and explain it. If she's feeling like indlu yakhe is not being protected, how is she feeling like it's not being protected, and how would she want it to be protected? Because that's the thing about Mseleku, they don't resolve issues and they start conversation, they don't complete them. Issues on the next season even to this day we don't know what indaba yokubingelela kwengane kungafuni ukuthi iphelelepi. It looks like they're going to be dealing with other issues, and that issue yengane has not been resolved. And it might happen again because azange bazibahlale phansi bayikhulume bayiresolve. So that's the issue with Lokhuzana, with umndeni kaMseleku. uMakhumalo doesn't say much on the promo anyway, so I hope ukuthi she does speak up, because mina I wouldn't allow ukuthi kube nama conversations about my house and about indlu yami without my contribution towards it, and without my contribution to say this is how I feel, because nikhuluma ngami, nikhuluma ngeenkinga zakwami, but I'm not supposed to say anything. So it looks like this episode is going to be juicy, it's going to be hot, it's going to be dramatic, but it looks like our Candy Crush queen is just going to be having fun. She looks so beautiful kuma interviews akhe uMayeni, and I really think this season uMayeni is having most fun because she just sits back and watches. God, I think kulaya conversation kaMacele with when uMacele is complaining about ukuthi kuhlezi kukhalwa ngokunakekelwa komuzi kaMakhumalo not owakhe, it looks like she's participating kuleyo conversation leyo uLokhuzana uMayeni. Yazi uMayeni benomacele are friends, but they just want, angazi, they don't want to come out and say siyazwana sinoMayeni. I'm gonna do a video where I make you guys see that, because uLokhuzana yabona mangabe bayakwazi ukuhlangana mengabe bebelievela ngathi basobe khulumile prior to certain conversations bavumelana ngepoint ethile. I saw that when they had that sit down with uMakhumalo be complain ngendaba yemmese. You remember that dramatic thing where they were supporting each other and saying uMakhumalo should not have said ingane ayihambe lapha kubo. And iLokhuzana conversation yala kwi-promo, it reminded me of that situation, because it looks like uMayeni ngathi wants to support uMacele kule conversation le, but she didn't say much. I just feel like we're going to have that. But ngiyayisola ilokhuzana relationship yabo ukuthi away from the cameras they get along more than they show us on camera. But I'm gonna look more into it. I'm gonna watch more clips and look more into it, and I'm gonna come and give you a video about it if I feel like I have enough on that. But that is going to be our episode tomorrow. Don't miss it. But if you do miss it, then don't worry about it, because I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna do a video and tell you what happened in the episode, and then afterwards we're gonna talk about it and talk about it and talk about it until we can't talk anymore. Thank you so much for watching this video. Ningaphuma kuyona, ningayilikeanga, ningakhohlwa ukubuka ama-adverts. Please share the video with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ngithanda kakhulu.